Local legend has it that nearly 900 years ago, the heir to the English throne was buried on this very beach. I'll be back in just a moment to tell you where I am, who he was, and how he came to be here. Today it's a case of his versus hers. In one corner, a giant man cave.
Wow, is this all mine?
This is just for you.
And in the other, a she grotto.
I am going to turn this into a girl cave.
Mine's bigger than yours.
But can we deliver their shared dream home?
You look quite emotional. I am. That's amazing.
Today I'm in Cornwall in Falmouth, and this is Gillingvays Beach, where William Adelin, son of Henry I and grandson of William the Conqueror, is said to be buried. Now, the story goes that on the 25th of November 1120, William and his companions set sail from France on board the White Ship. Disaster struck and the ship hit rocks, with only 2 of the passengers surviving. Sadly, the future king wasn't one of them. So this is believed to be his final resting place, so much so that this beach takes its name from the legend. Gilling, meaning William, and Vays, meaning grave. I'll be back on this beach a little later in the show, not to hunt for his final resting place, but to look for a very different kind of treasure. The county of Cornwall is an English peninsula with the Celtic Sea off its northern coast and the English Channel to the south. The River Fal journeys for 11 miles through the county, rising at Gosmore near St Austell and flowing south to the sea. The mouth of its estuary was once fiercely guarded against invasion from France and the Holy Roman Empire by a pair of castles built under Henry VIII. St Maur's on the Roseland Peninsula and, a mile across the water, Pendennis near Falmouth. This and other sights can be taken in along Cornwall's spectacular and varied 300-mile section of southwest coast path, encompassing hundreds of beaches and rocky headlands. The county's soil and terrain is often unsuitable for growing crops, making cattle and sheep farming a necessity. From the 17th century, newly developed breeds of sheep helped support a successful wool trade, and flocks in the fields remain a common sight to this day. Disused copper and tin mines have become an iconic part of the Cornish landscape. Ore-bearing rocks provided an increasingly lucrative trade from the Middle Ages until foreign competition sent the industry into decline in the 19th century. So whether it's breathtaking coastal paths, industrial heritage or rural landscapes you're looking for, Cornwall is an incredible county to spend a few days or many years in. Of course, every English county is special in its own way, but Cornwall, which was once a separate country, is unique because it's never officially become part of England, as there's never been a specific Act of Parliament to state that it has. The average cost of a detached property here in Cornwall is £277,000. That's around £23,000 less than the rest of England and Wales. So let's meet today's couple and find out why they want to move to this terrific county. Or is it a country? Today's house hunting duo are actually divorcees. But after splitting up with each other nearly a decade ago, Nick and Julie from near Basingstoke, Hampshire, rekindled their relationship for a second time following the death of a family pet.
The family dog died and Nick came to hold my hand, and luckily he's been there ever since. It makes everything complete. As much as anything can be perfect, it's perfect.
The pair now plan on giving marriage another go. But for Nick, starting again means moving away from the tough memories of their former home.
As far as coming back from the family home is concerned, after 10 years, it's a mixed emotions, I think. It is somewhat strange, I must say, to come back to the, I suppose, the matrimonial home again. That's a slightly strange situation. I'm coping with it. It's one of the reasons why I'd like to go move somewhere different. I'd actually probably like to move to a different house, even if it was relatively local.
But they're not staying local. Instead, they want a fresh start in the countryside, several counties away.
We'd like to move to mid-Cornwall. It's got natural beauty. Its coastline is absolutely sensational.
To think that this could be every day of our lives is unbelievable. It doesn't get any better than that, does it?
Losing a family pet may have brought Nick and Julie back together, but their other canine companions are a big consideration in the move.
We've got 2 dogs to take with us down to Cornwall, a 9-year-old Labrador and a 9-month-old English Pointer. That's very much the sort of the walking aspect of things and keeping us fit, come rain or come shine. I can't wait for the day when I actually get down there to a lovely beach where we just let the 2 dogs out and away they go. That'd be absolutely fantastic.
Moving to Cornwall and being with Nick will be the ultimate goal and something that's going to make us so happy and hopefully put all the sadness behind us.
Our children, they're 20 and 22, so to use a cliche, we're going to be reaching that empty nest syndrome before too long anyhow. And coupled together with what's happened to us on our personal side, what a fantastic time to do it. And we're fit and healthy, we either get on with it or wait for the next crisis to arrive. I don't want to do that.
Nick and Julie want to concentrate their property search in the coastal area between St Austell and Truro. But before I start showing them houses, we're meeting in the county to discuss their move.
Well, Nick and Julie, welcome to Cornwall. This is really exciting because this is a fresh start for both of you, isn't it?
This is something we've always dreamed about. Now it's actually happening against all the odds, really. It's amazing.
What about the house that you would like to live in down here? Tell me about that.
A large kitchen. We have 2 large dogs, so they need somewhere to dry off and live. 3 bedrooms minimum, 4 if possible, so all our friends and family can come and stay with us. And a big garden for the dogs as well.
I understand, Nick, that you've got something quite specific on your wish list. It wouldn't be a man cave by any chance, would it?
Yeah, it could be, you know, Ginny.
A man cave is essential.
I think the man cave often benefits both parties in the relationship, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. And what about local village life? Do you want anything specific about the local village?
Need a pub for the community. I think that's important. That's where you get to meet people, isn't it? And start to get involved in the community. So, yeah, a pub's good.
And what about doing any work to the property? Are you prepared to get your hands dirty, knock a few walls down?
Nick's not very good at DIY. I can't see that happening. Generally, we'd like to have something that we could move into now, but we don't want complete renovation.
Now, let's talk about the budget. Just remind me of what we're working with for this search.
We're working with a maximum of £750.
And what timescale are we looking at?
By the end of the week.
OK. I know you've had lots of short breaks here in Cornwall, but it's time to take those holiday hats off, get your house hunting hats on, because we've got properties to show you. Ready?
Fantastic.
Yep.
Let's
yes,
go.
Please.
For a maximum budget of £750,000, Julie and Nick would like a large kitchen, a dog-friendly boot room, an enclosed garden, as well as some private space for Nick. They're not after a project and would like to have a village pub nearby. We've got a wonderful variety of houses to tempt them with, and at each I'll be asking them to guess the asking price before I reveal it. The final property is our mystery house, and it's one that could really turn the search on its head. Our house hunting is heading to Lower Porthpean, a Cornish coastal hamlet. A little over a mile away, the larger village of Charleston provides plenty of traditional Cornish fare, from cream teas to pasties. The rocky coastline has proved treacherous to seafarers over the years, but it's also the prime draw of the region and a spectacular backdrop for the house we've come to see.
So I've brought you straight to the back of this lovely 1930s detached house,
Yes.
but this is the main event.
Some view, isn't it?
Some event. It's
All the way
stunning.
around, eh?
It is stunning.
That little gate there takes you straight onto the coastal path.
Does it really?
Wow.
So you can walk for as long as you want to walk on there, and you've got those spectacular views down over St Austell Bay, the Gribben Peninsula.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful setting.
It's
Yeah.
a gorgeous setting.
Agree.
I
Very
think
nice.
it's a pretty house. I do.
Yeah.
Can I drag you away from the garden and the view?
Already.
Yes.
Wait till you see it from inside. Come on, follow on. Honestly,
Okay.
this is impressive.
This 1930s property has been extended and altered over the years with a rendered brick exterior and Cornish slate roof. A
hallway, accessed via the rear terrace, takes us through to a semi-open plan wing, housing the kitchen, dining room and sun lounge.
Well, this is a good place to start. Let's check out the views from in here as well.
Lovely.
Wow, it's a lovely room, isn't it?
Takes real advantage.
It does.
Yeah, doesn't it,
Of the location.
Yeah.
So it's got that nice open plan airy feel, and as you say, really takes advantage of this fantastic position.
Yeah.
And then if we do a quick swivel around, here we have
Yes.
the kitchen.
My mind's already sort of racing as to what I can do and how I can play around with this to make it right for us.
So whilst this is a great space to live in, there is
Yes.
another one. So let me just wander through here and I'll show
that's
you the
great.
main living space.
Oh, fantastic.
Come on, there's
Thank
more.
you.
A great start, and across the hallway is even more reception space.
So here we are in the cosy sitting
Oh,
room.
this
Oh,
is
that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Decent sized room. Sizable room, decent high ceiling.
Coal fire there
Yeah.
burning away in
Open
winter.
fire.
What we're lacking, Nick, so far is your man cave.
You're going to find me one, I've just got a feeling.
I've got an idea for one. So we've just
Okay.
just off the entrance hall is a little downstairs downstairs toilet and utility room.
Yeah.
Behind this wall is an integrated garage. I don't know how important the garage is to you. If it's not that important, it would be a relatively simple job with the right
Yeah.
planning permission
Yeah.
to convert that
The garage.
into your man cave.
Okay. Oh, if you can convince me of that, that'd be good news.
There's something special about this house,
Yeah.
and I think it has a very, very nice feel
Yeah.
to it.
It does. It does.
Well, credit to you, you've achieved.
You have.
Great. Should we go upstairs and see if we can carry on with this momentum? Let's go and investigate.
The incredible views and generous proportions of this 1930s home have certainly opened Nick and Julie's eyes to its potential. Stairs in the central hallway take us to the 3 bedrooms upstairs. There's a good-sized guest room and another slightly smaller bedroom, both with double aspect windows to take advantage of the views. These rooms are served by a family bathroom, but I think it's the large master ensuite that will really capture their imagination.
And here we are in the master bedroom.
Oh, this is more
Nice
like
size. Lovely
Yeah,
size
it's good size,
room, isn't it?
Plenty of light, windows on 2 sides.
Yeah, that's good.
Another lovely view.
Quick peep in there.
it. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's an ensuite.
Ensuite.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's much bigger
That's
than I
right there.
expected.
This is doing the job as a bedroom for sure.
Very much so.
So how are you feeling at this point then?
I'm feeling as though the downstairs bit's still buzzing in terms of I've got this floor space going around in my head and working out what's going to happen.
Well, you'll have plenty of time to take it all in. But let's just go back outside to the garden.
Okay.
Because it is definitely
Yeah.
the big wow point in this
sure.
house. And
Yeah.
you're going to have to start thinking about what you think it's on the market for.
That's a tricky one, this, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is.
So we've got approval for this home's generous interiors, and the exterior certainly doesn't disappoint. To the front of the property, a drive providing parking for several cars leads to the integral garage and is fringed with shrubbery. There's a further area of garden to the side, and then, of course, the rear garden with those stunning sea views.
What about the size? Because I know you wanted a big garden. I don't know is it big enough?
Yes, yes, it is. I think taking some of the shrubs back, do a little bit of tidying up, it would make it seem bigger.
Now comes the tricky part. We need to know what this house is on the market for.
I could be miles out here. 650.
I'm going to say 675.
You're both wrong, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Yes, you are. It was on the market for £750,000. It's
Yes.
been reduced and is now on the market for £710,000.
Okay.
I would say you would have enough left in the budget there
To
to
do.
do the things that you would
Yeah.
potentially like to do.
Yeah. As I say, lots of vision on my part to be done.
Yes.
Off you go, take a look.
We will.
Can we
I'm gonna
not go that way?
No, I'm going to stay here and enjoy the view. You go and look at the views from the house.
Okay.
No problem. Thank you.
Find you when you're
Thank you.
ready.
At £40,000 below their top budget, this 1930s house with coastal views provides semi-open plan living, as well as an additional large reception room and integral garage. There are 3 double bedrooms, including an ensuite, and a spectacular seafront location.
This house has thrown the two of us because it's something that we would never have normally considered. We would have driven past, not knowing what it was hiding out the back here with the view and the location. The size of the rooms are really, really good, and it's all there.
I've pretty much given up on the idea of frontline seafront, and my head is spinning at the moment. But yes, I think we could do this. Yes, we definitely have to do some work. That would be important that we do that. But yes, it's a distinct possibility.
You've come to turn me away from this lovely view, haven't you?
We have, sadly.
Sensational.
I hope this house has taught you that you should never judge a book by the cover, because you wouldn't have looked at it and you'd have missed out on this.
It's true.
Come on, time to leave it.
Okay.
The Cornish peninsula is resplendent with historic architecture, microclimates supporting unique gardens and farming traditions. With Nick and Julie keen to enjoy everything the county has to offer, we've lined up a visit to somewhere that combines all of these features. Cahay's estate on the coast near St Austell includes a 200-year-old castle, magnificent gardens and a working farm. Estate manager Jamie Parsons is here to fill Nick and Julie in on the origins of this grand location.
Fantastic place, Jamie. There's got to be so much history. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the house here, this was built around 1810. It was built by the Trevanian family. The architect was Sir John Nash, who was also the architect for Buckingham Palace. It was a Trevanian family who had the house built, but they went bankrupt in the 1840s and they fled to France. And the Williamses came here and purchased the property, but unfortunately all the lead off the roof were taken to pay some of the Trevanian debts.
Wow.
So, yeah, so there was a lot of work for the Williams family to do before they actually moved in. And they do say there was actually ducks swimming in the dining room when they got here.
It may have taken the Williams family 4 years to fully restore the castle, but almost 2 centuries later, it's still their descendants' family home. Much of it remains just as it was in the 19th century and can be seen by the public on weekday tours. But it's the impressive gardens that attract the majority of visitors, and it's easy to see why. Featuring camellias, rhododendron, and one of only 4 national magnolia collections in the country, with around 800 different specimens.
Oh, amazing.
Gosh, isn't it amazing?
So how is it, Jamie, that we've got all these magnolias at Cahay's in particular?
Well, it all really started around the 20th century with Ernest Wilson and George Forrest, the great plant collectors. They went off to China, plant collecting. Our first lot of rhododendrons came here in around 1905 from Ernest Wilson. So it really all stemmed from there.
The Williams family directly sponsored many of the plant hunting trips to China, to the tune of £300,000 in today's money. The rich acidic soil at Cahay's, along with its sheltered and wooded location bathed in sea mist, makes the conditions here very similar to the Chinese mountain habitat the plants were sourced from.
And how old is this one?
This one was planted around 1957. Our oldest magnolia was Magnolia stellata, and that was planted in 1897.
Wow.
Early spring may be prime magnolia season, but it's also lambing time at the estate farm. This year, as usual, the flock of Dorset sheep is keeping farm manager Hamish Ross very busy.
So, Hamish, how many are born here every year? How many?
We have about 700 lambs a year out of about 500 ewes.
500 ewes?
Yes.
Gosh, 700 lambs. And how old are they now?
These are about 10 days old. This one's a little bit older.
And why is it important for you to farm sheep here at Cahay's?
The sheep suit the ground is quite harsh, and
Yes.
we have a lot of cliff-top ground, which you can't do anything else with.
Right,
right. So it's just the best way to manage the land.
Hardy animal to cope with the climate.
How long's the bottle feeding process gone for then, Hamish?
These will be weaned at about a month old.
Yeah.
So they've got another couple of weeks to go, yeah.
When a ewe gives birth to more than 1 lamb, she can struggle to feed all her offspring. Since a number of triplets were born this year, bottle feeding them reconstituted, dried sheep's milk ensures that all the lambs get enough.
And how often do you have to feed them?
We bottle feed about 4 times a day.
4 times a day? You obviously need a few hands to help you, I can't imagine.
As they get older, you feed them less and get them onto hay and concentrate.
Solids.
Solids, yes. So.
Well, thank you, Hamish. I've really enjoyed it, and I think this lamb did too. And
No, pleasure.
It's been a perfect experience.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to leave the lambs and this wonderful estate as our search for Nick and Julie's own home and garden in Cornwall continues tomorrow. We're in the coastal county of Cornwall, helping Nick and Julie from near Basingstoke, Hampshire, make a fresh start by the sea with their budget of £750,000. So far, we've shown them some great property, but there's more to see. And I have very high hopes for our mystery house.
So this is the topsy-turvy living space.
You really do get a panorama from here, don't you?
In line with the trees.
Yeah, it's the mystery house, isn't it?
Plus, I rekindle a childhood passion as I search for treasure in the sand.
It's great to do, isn't it?
It is good fun.
It's really relaxing.
It's quite compulsive, a kind of an addictive hobby, really.
It's the second day of our search here in Cornwall, and we certainly gave Nick and Julie plenty to think about yesterday. But today is a whole new house hunting day. And while the weather may not be particularly kind to us, we do have two fantastic properties lined up, including the mystery house, which could quite literally turn Nick and Julie's world upside down.
But before that, we're off to the hamlet of Ruan High Lanes, where our next house is located. Nestled in the picturesque Roseland Peninsula, the coastal village of Port Scaffo is around 5 minutes' drive away. Here it's possible to enjoy a drink with a sea view from either the cafe or public house and pick up provisions from the butcher's or the bakery and delicatessen. Back in Ruan High Lanes, our next property is one of a cluster of converted farm buildings.
So, Julie, a little birdie told me that you quite like barn conversions.
I love barn conversions. Stunning, isn't it?
What a building.
It's beautiful. It's 5 old farm buildings that were all converted in 1998. This one, right in front of us, the largest, is the one that I'm bringing you to see today.
Beautiful. It is an amazing building.
I'm getting over it just at the moment. It's just amazing.
It was lovely.
Would you like to go inside?
I'd love to go
Sooner rather than
inside.
later, please.
Come on.
Originally built as a stone barn in 1860, a private front door leads into the home, which is currently run as a holiday let.
So straight in through this fantastic entrance hall into just a rather small living space.
Wow.
Fantastic living room, isn't it?
It's lovely. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's full of character.
We've got the size, haven't you? It's imposing, isn't it?
You've got lots of character in here, which I know you were both keen on. But you have, quite unusually, a lot of space as well.
It's fabulous.
You might just need to follow me this way, because the man cave.
You mean this isn't it?
Just... I'll explain. Lead on. Come on.
Lying to one side of this main reception room is indeed a potential den for Nick.
It's a cave, it's a chasm, it's a cavern, it's enormous, that's for sure.
Wow, is this all mine?
This is just for you.
A lovely room.
Sign on the door by invitation.
Only.
Wow, that's it. What another stunning reception room. Yeah, we're doing very well here.
So far, I can't just say so good.
What a space.
It's so far so amazing.
We've got the man cave, tick for that.
Yes, big tick.
Kitchen?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny.
On the opposite side of the main reception is a similarly vast kitchen diner.
Now, Julie, I know you wanted the kitchen to be the heart of the home.
Oh, my goodness.
More character, more features, more ceiling,
More space.
more space.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
You look quite emotional.
I am. That's amazing. This is a fabulous kitchen.
At the back here, we've got an absolutely enormous boot room / utility with a separate toilet as well.
Oh, great.
And it's got a separate door. So you can come in, get the muddy towels out the way, clean the dogs off, let them dry. And there's a big enough space there that you could keep them in there while they were drying off.
Oh, that's really, really good. That was important.
Well, let's talk about bedrooms. Go on, you can lead on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant. This is going really well.
Continuing the theme of generous spaces, this barn conversion comes with a total of 4 bedrooms. The first is located on the ground floor and is a large double, next to which is a downstairs shower room. Upstairs, another large guest room sits beside the family bathroom with shower, and there's a further guest double. Then, above the main reception room, is the impressive master suite.
I did warn you that the bedrooms were fairly big.
Oh,
I wasn't exaggerating.
Huge.
Lovely.
But lovely.
Airy ceilings, more beams. Fantastic, yeah, brilliant.
Actually, just to top it off as well, we've got an ensuite behind us in here.
Just finish us off nicely.
Why don't we wander outside, and then if you could start to think about the price, please.
And with that bit again, aren't we?
Yeah, we're there. We're at that point.
Outside, there's a communal courtyard as well as a private south-facing garden with traditional Cornish stone hedging and patio seating located off the main reception. The property also comes with its own garage and a carport with log store.
Is this big enough for you?
Yes.
In garden terms, yes. I mean, inevitably, I'd say if there was a bit more garden, that would be nice.
Yeah.
But we understand it's all about compromise.
The house more than makes up for the garden. in
The
this
house
instance.
is an amazing feature in itself,
Yes.
isn't it?
I'm getting a good feeling about you two in this one.
It's nice.
Love this
But
house.
I do now need to know what you think it's on the market for.
I think this house is on the market for £735,000. I'm just thinking it must be close to our budget.
I'm going to hit 650.
650. OK, so
Yeah.
your budget was
Rather.
750,000. Well, I'm very happy to say that, Nick, you're not paying for the drinks in the pub later because you're actually bang on.
Oh.
It's on the market for £650,000.
Wow. That's very, very good news.
I'm still smiling. You're smiling a hell of a lot, aren't you?
Well, I'm sure that this is a house you want to go back and take some time to look around again, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Absolutely.
Off you go. Take your time. Come and find me when you're ready.
Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Thank you.
Lead on.
Well, as house tours go, it just doesn't get better than that, does it?
At £100,000 below budget, this period barn conversion seems to have won them over. It has generous reception spaces, including the country kitchen and diner, a separate den, 4 bedrooms and a total of 3 bathrooms.
I have an idea for this room. I am going to turn this into a girl cave.
Do they have that sort of thing?
Maybe it's the first. This could be the very first girl cave.
OK, I suppose I can't argue with that. Mine's bigger than yours.
We might have to swap then. For me, it's the best house that I've seen in 6 months of searching. I got emotional coming in here because it is such a stunning room. It's breathtaking.
Overall, I'm really, really encouraged. I think it's a lovely place. It's in a fantastic location. It ticks virtually all boxes.
I think this barn could definitely be my Cornish home, our Cornish home.
I'm sorry to drag you away, but we do still have the mystery house to go, you know.
Well, we've got one more. Come on.
OK.
Cornwall boasts a truly magical coastline. With over 400 beaches accessible by foot, the county is a beachcomber's paradise, and many rocky headlands make it a good spot for one treasure in particular, sea glass. Smoothed and frosted by sand and sea, broken glass that was once rubbish is now a resource for artists such as Johnny Fuller. I've come to meet him at his home and studio in Falmouth.
So talk to me about sea glass then. Where is it found? Where's it
Well,
from?
it's all comes from the bottling industry mainly, ended up in the sea. Sometimes it could be cargo spills, but generally it's our littering, which ends up in the ocean, and it gets tumbled in the sand, and it comes out with these lovely smooth shapes. And there's something very tactile about them all, you know, they're completely smooth.
Because I can remember vividly as a child collecting this on the beach and thinking it was treasure. My mum told me it was treasure. How did your sort of love affair with it first start?
Well, from an early age, I always collected it, and we used to have it around the house in jars and pots. And over the years, I've collected so much, I wanted to put it to a kind of creative use. So this is why I started making pictures.
Johnny completed his masters at the Royal College of Art in London, but returned to Cornwall to raise his family. He tries to capture a love of the seascapes in pieces that are both simple and striking.
And a lot of what I make is based on the glass that I've found and where I found it. So a lot of my inspiration is the tides. So the circles obviously relate to the circular tide. This particular colour is probably my favourite, and it's probably the hardest to find. You know, you get lots of white and brown and kind of bottle green, but not these kind of very subtle colours.
And are there better beaches than others to find it on? A summer treasure trove? You've got some good spots.
I have got lots of good spots, but I'm not going to tell you where they are.
Well, you'll take me to one.
I will do, yeah, I will do.
Let me find the treasure of my childhood again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Johnny may be keen to keep his hotspots under his hat, but if you've been paying attention, you'll have a good idea of just where this treasured hunting ground is. And of course, it always helps to bring a four-legged friend.
So every day is a bring your dog to work day when you're doing this,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Worldwide, the most common colour for sea glass is bottle green, closely followed by frosted white. Rarer finds include cobalt blue, only 1 in every 500 pieces, whilst pink accounts for just 1 in every 1,000 discoveries.
Straight away, I've spotted a bit, a tiny bit. But it's that amazing green colour.
It's really smooth. Yeah, I often wonder, you know, where it's come from and how old it is and how it got there.
Yeah, how long do you reckon that's been in the sea being bashed about to get to that point?
Could be years, I should think. Okay. Sometimes they have little letters and words on them and you can kind of work out, you know, what bottling company it might have come from.
I guess when you look...
There's a piece.
Oh, that's a lovely shape. Ah, see, I can see a little theme
little collection coming along.
happening there. And is that how it happens? Do you have the design first, or do you find the glass, find the colours, and then start to work it?
It's a bit of both, really. But I'm always looking for glass. It doesn't always get used. I can save it for another piece.
Do you take pleasure from the fact that you're recycling something?
Yeah, I do. I think it's, you know, nice to find it and remove it from the beach, but then I'm kind of reusing it in a kind of creative way. So.
One of the oldest man-made materials, the main ingredient in glass is silica, which comes from sand. So perhaps it's fitting that some of it finds its way back to our beaches. A good time to go sea glass hunting is the first low tide after a storm. And don't forget to look underneath the pebbles, because that's where it's often lurking.
I'm struggling, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm not finding much either. Yeah, you just don't know day to day what you're going to find, really. It's all about luck, I think.
Well, I've got a few small pieces, but it's great to do, isn't it?
It is good fun.
It's really relaxing.
It's quite compulsive, a kind of an addictive hobby, really. I mean, I get emails from people from Hawaii and Australia and...
What other things could you do with them?
Well, quite a lot of people make jewellery out of them and rings, use them, embed them into kind of rings, or you can just put them in a jar and put them on the window.
Do you know what I'm going to do with them? I have a little boy who's going to love some pirate treasure. So this is Mummy's pirate treasure from
Absolutely.
the beach.
You know that's a stone there, don't you?
It's not, it's pirate treasure, Johnny. Come on, don't ruin it. There are some members of your family we haven't talked about properly. The dogs.
The dogs, yes, our fur babies.
So you call them fur babies, love it. So finding the right place for them is important, is it?
It is, very much so. That's the beauty of having dogs, really, isn't it? You can take full advantage of the countryside.
When it comes to walks and exercise, dogs give you a good excuse, that's for sure.
For our mystery offering, we're heading to the hamlet of Pont-by-Foy. Just under 2 miles away is the ancient fishing village of Polruan. Known for its boat-building heritage, it's located on the banks of the Foy estuary. A regular ferry takes 5 to 10 minutes and is still the fastest way to and from the other side of the water. There are facilities here including a grocery shop and cafes, but we're 2 miles northeast along a wooded creek that feeds into the Foy estuary.
This is the mystery house.
Wow,
You've got National Trust woodland at the back and amazing views over the creek, which is low at the moment, but when that's in full flow, it looks beautiful.
sensational place, isn't it?
What a spot.
It's amazing.
I know that your dogs are very important to you.
They are.
And the dogs are catered for here. They have their very own dog room, complete with a dog grooming spa.
Wow.
So you bring them back off their muddy walks, stick them in there.
If the dogs were choosing, it's probably this one.
So I bet you're intrigued, if nothing else, aren't you?
Very intrigued.
I'd love to see it.
Shall we go and explore?
Yeah, please,
Thank you.
The twist is that whilst our mystery house caters to their canines with its dog spa and woodland setting, it doesn't come with the garden they've asked for. Originally built in the 1970s from converted pig sheds, but later extended, the property has been extensively renovated by the present owners. Currently run as a holiday let and arranged over 3 levels, we're starting on the top floor, where the kitchen and living space take full advantage of the home's creekside setting.
So this is the topsy-turvy living space. Top of the house, nice big open plan space.
You really do get panorama from here, don't you?
In line with the trees.
Yeah, it's a mystery house, isn't it? I mean, it's nicely done as well, isn't it? Lots of nice timbers. Poshest log cabin in the world up here.
It is like that, it is.
Seems like a place that shouldn't have a man cave almost.
Maybe it is a man cave. Maybe just it's a man tree house. Well, let's take a walk through. Let's just wander around because there are some fantastic views and it's really here all about being outside on the deck and enjoying being amongst the trees. So let's just wander through here.
Just off the large open-plan kitchen and dining area is a treetop-level conservatory.
Now, I don't know if either of you are bird watchers, but if you are, this is definitely the house to buy, isn't it?
You'd be in paradise,
Gosh, I think
wouldn't you? Because for a holiday, I would find this incredibly different. I'm not quite sure with the dogs that they would enjoy just running around the decking.
It's wow in its own way, isn't it?
Isn't it?
We're going to wander through and look at the 2 bedrooms up here. They're a good size. And I think we could just have a chat about how you could reconfigure the space here just to make it work a bit more for what the 2 of you need from your home here.
Okay.
So let's go and have a look.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, some questions over how they may live day to day in this home. But with a total of 5 bedrooms arranged over 2 of the 3 floors, there's certainly a lot of versatile space on offer. On the floor below are 3 guest bedrooms. There's a large double with dual aspect, a second bedroom with a door out to a decked veranda, and then the smallest bedroom on this floor is currently fitted with bunk beds. These are all served by a beautifully appointed bathroom featuring a roll-top bath and a separate shower. Back on the top floor, 2 further bathrooms provide keen twitchers with bathtub birdwatching and serve additional bedrooms. A double again has treetop views and direct access to the deck. And then there's the 5th and final bedroom.
So, it's a good size, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very generous.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
a
very
good
good.
size.
It's almost a shame, though, to have all this space used as bedrooms. And I think what you could do, potentially, is take that wall down, join the 2 bedrooms together to have a nice big living space.
Okay.
This could become your cosy, separate lounge.
Yes.
Good.
Let's take a look outside, because it is all about the decking and about being part of the trees.
Yeah,
and start thinking about the price for me as well.
It's a tough one.
Lead on, Nick.
If Nick and Julie were to go with my plan of converting the bedrooms up here, they could also use the current study on this top floor as a spare guest room, as it comes with an ensuite shower. Outside, for even more panoramic views, there are decked areas on a variety of levels, as well as a carport and parking. But it's the woodland surroundings that are the real highlight here.
It's a view and a half, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Even on a cold, grey day like this, it's
Yeah.
spectacular.
It is.
Of course, there isn't a traditional garden, but you do have a lot of these lovely decked seating areas. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask you what you think this property is on the market for.
I feel as though I'm going to have a bit of a stab in the dark, to be frank, Ginny, because I've never been anywhere like this before. So, 700?
OK.
For the uniqueness, 725, I think, would be.
That's interesting. You're both quite close to budget. You're both wrong.
No, okay.
It is under budget by an awful lot more than the 2 of you have
Is
just
that right?
said. It's on the market for £545,000.
Really?
Okay.
I think it's rather a bargain. I think we should buy it and have a holiday let or something.
Yeah,
Why don't you go off and have a wander? Why don't you go and explore the dog cave?
we better go
Your
do
doggy
that.
grooming parlour that's
Better go do that,
downstairs.
haven't we?
I think so.
Come and find me.
You lead the way?
Thank you, Ginny. Yes, thank you.
With a guide price a staggering £200,000 below budget, this 3-storey Creekside house has open-plan top-floor living, 5 bedrooms and a dog grooming area in the lower ground floor utility.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Doggy heaven.
Extraordinary.
All set up and ready.
Yeah, it is all set up. I think this house is an absolute gem, and whoever owns it is doubtless extremely proud of it.
The Mystery House is so spectacular, so unique, such a fabulous setting. I've never seen anything like it.
You know, even on a cold, wet day like this, Cornwall is still such a magical place to be, particularly when you're up here in the treetops. It's beautiful. You're done.
We are,
Yeah, we
Judy.
are.
And that's us done. House tour's over. So it's time for us to go and have a chat, I'm afraid. Come on.
Gosh.
Well, we've certainly shown our escapees some unique and quite contrasting properties on our search here in Cornwall. But will one of them have hit the mark? Let's go find out. Apparently there's a warm fire in there. I need it. Well, you two found the cosiest spot in town for this chat,
Certainly have, haven't we?
So we've seen all the properties. Has anything stood out for you?
Yes, for me, the barn conversion did stand out, Ginny. The proportion of the place, the position of the place, just what we wanted.
It was a stunning house. It really was. It was everything that I could want in a house.
What about the others? Was there a second runner?
I felt there was massive potential in the coastal property with the view. Surprised as I was, and probably somewhere I'd never even dreamt of going to look at, I'd have to say that it's still in my mind as a contender, albeit perhaps second.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect example in just do not judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Because there was that view at the back, such a surprise. Well, that's brilliant news. I'm absolutely thrilled that there are two properties that have sparked an interest in you. I've got to ask, what next?
What I'd like to do in particular, I think, is bearing in mind that the barn conversion did involve an amount of share element, shall we say. I'd actually like to meet all those neighbours, to be frank. I actually think if you're going to share something or other, it's very important that you do make that effort to do that. I think that's really important.
So you're going to go back and knock on the doors and say hello?
Oh, quite possibly. I'm not frightened to do that.
It certainly is going to be one that we're going back for a second viewing.
Is it too soon to talk about offers?
No. For me, it's
I
not.
don't think it's too soon, but I suppose I'm somebody who just wants to go away and put my head down and get up again another day and then think exactly what that would be.
I think I should leave you here in this corner with the fire, mulling it all over. And we really hope that we've helped you find the home that you're going to start your new life together once again here in Cornwall.
On behalf of us both, I just thank you for helping us try and achieve this.
Yeah, you're a lovely couple. We wish you lots of luck.
Thank you, Julie.
Well, the weather may be wild, but we've had a great week house hunting here in Cornwall. And once they've had a chance to meet the neighbours, I really hope that that barn conversion becomes Nick and Julie's new home here in the county that they clearly love so much. Join me next time on Escape to the Country.
Julie and Nick returned to the barn conversion and met with the neighbours. However, they decided to put an offer on another property in Cornwall, and it's been accepted. We wish them all the best with their move.
This beautiful engine is a 1927 Foster Showman's tractor, and this corner of the country is home to what's believed to be the world's largest collection of traction engines and road rollers. But where am I? And how did one local boy's love of steam grow so big? Find out in just a minute.
Today's escape is all about horses for courses.
Ta-da!
Stables underneath the accommodation.
Absolutely ideal.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
But will any of our houses be first past the post?
Could you see yourself living here?
I think so.
Yeah, I definitely think so, yeah.
Despite what it says up there on the canopy, today I'm actually in Norfolk, and vintage engines like this form part of the Thirstford collection, started by George Thomas Henry Cushing as a young man, and now home to more than 30 steam engines, 10 mechanical organs, and a multitude of fairground memorabilia. And later on, I'll be meeting the next generation of Cushings to discover what other wonders they have hidden away.
Norfolk is a county in East Anglia with both the Wash and the North Sea off its coastline. Largely rural with a low population density of just over 400 people per square mile, The flat, fertile lands of the region make it ideal for growing crops such as wheat and oilseed rape. And 1 in 5 jobs here are in agriculture or food production. The Norfolk coast area of outstanding natural beauty includes the cliffs at Hunstanton. Now towering up to 18 metres above the beach, millions of years ago these stark layers of brown karstone and red and white limestone were under the sea. They're now a rich source of fossils, as well as home to colonies of seabirds. Other coastal wildlife includes seals, with both common and grey being readily sighted on the county's beaches, including this growing colony at Horsey. Another big draw for visitors are the Broads. This vast and unique network of largely navigable rivers and lakes is popular for boating. The tranquility and charm of the waters are known as Britain's magical waterway. So if you're looking for peace and serenity alongside coast and country steeped in the traditions and history of bygone eras, Norfolk is a county that's hard to surpass.
The beautiful waterways and quiet woodlands of Norfolk are lucky enough to remain undisturbed by motorways. And believe it or not, until the railways arrived in 1845, it was actually quicker to get from Norwich to Amsterdam by boat than it was down to London by road. Such rural idyll is often assumed to come with a hefty price tag, yet the average cost of a detached home here is around £245,000. That's an impressive £55,000 below the national figure. So what expectations do today's buyers have of this lovely county? Let's meet them and find out.
Keith and Karen made their first bid to escape to the country when they moved to their current Hertfordshire home 12 years ago.
We live in a village called Chipperfield. It's a very nice area.
We live on a small private road which has a wonderful community spirit, which you don't get in many places nowadays.
But now that Keith has finished work in the insurance industry and their sons have left home, it's time for an even more rural lifestyle away from the London commuter belt.
So a lot of people who live here do commute into London.
We just feel like there's something else, a new challenge waiting for us. I've always wanted to live in the countryside, and I've always felt a big part of the countryside, and I just like to have it around me.
It's not just the countryside they want directly around them. These animal lovers will be bringing a few four-legged family members along for the move.
Karen has 2 horses. One of our dreams, if you like, has always been to have the horses outside the back door so you can just walk out to the horses. We've got 6 whippets, which we keep at home. They're racing whippets, and we used to race them quite competitively at one time. They're a massive part of our lives, you know, they're almost like children, is what I would say. And one of the reasons to move to a new location is to give them a bit more space to run around in.
And when it comes to finding a rural retreat for 2 humans, 2 horses and 6 dogs, there's just one county Keith and Karen have in mind.
North Norfolk is the area we're looking to move to, around the King's Lynn area. It's an area that we've holidayed with the children when they were younger.
Our pound goes further in Norfolk than it would do in the area in which we're in. It will give us an opportunity to live the dream that we've always wanted to have.
Part of the Norfolk dream is having time to be creative.
I do enjoy painting. I have a studio in the garden at the moment, and I'd really like to be able to spend more time doing that in the new house.
I'd quite like to learn a new skill and learn about gardening and growing vegetables. I've not had so much time to devote to it when I was working, so I want to spend more time doing that.
But most of all, it's about realising a lifelong plan.
It's always been our ambition to have a place with land, and to have the horses at home, and to have other animals as well if we can. And now's the right time. We want to have a new experience in our life while we're still young enough to enjoy it, really.
Keith and Karen want to concentrate their search in the north of the county, in the area around King's Lynn. But before we start looking at property, I'm meeting them in Norfolk to talk about their hopes for the move.
Keith and Karen, welcome to Norfolk.
What's
attracted you to this part of the country?
We're just drawn to it, really. We've had holidays here for many years now, and it just seems a natural progression to sort of move here.
What are you looking for in a property?
We're mainly looking for a property that's got some land, because I've got 2 horses, so that is really important. And we've got 6 dogs as well.
We're looking for something that's got stables and land for the horses and plenty of space for the dogs.
What about the property itself?
Well, we're quite open-minded. I quite like Georgian-style properties.
And I don't mind a barn conversion. That would be interesting for me to see. You know, we quite like modern style inside. But that's not to say if you found a house that needed some work, we would definitely consider you know, thinking about doing some work if we had to. We'd like an ensuite bathroom for our room, but not bothered about whether that's the case or not. So fairly flexible, I think, is what you'll find us.
How important is location, community around you?
That's fairly important, actually. Yeah, we don't want to be completely isolated, but on the other hand, we don't want near neighbours.
OK, remind me of your budget.
Our budget is £850,000.
OK, well, let's go and find you a house.
Lovely.
Thank you.
So for a top budget of £850,000, Karen and Keith are flexible on the accommodation in the house, but must have enough land for their 2 horses, as well as a dog-friendly garden. They want a private location away from a main road, but with easy access to a community. And they are open to doing some work. We found a real variety of incredible properties to meet their needs, and at each, I'll be getting them to guess the asking price before I reveal it. And the final offering will be our mystery house, which could really test just how far they'll go to get the land they're after. Our search is heading to Emneth, a fenland village close to the border with Cambridgeshire. There's an active community here, as well as good facilities, including pubs, a post office and stores, and a butcher's. St Edmunds features a bellcote with 6 bells. Former vicars of the church include the Reverend Wilbert Audrey, creator of Thomas the Tank Engine. It's said the tracks of the Reverend's model railway remain in the attic of the neighbouring vicarage. And less than a mile away, we find our first house.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
Looks quite old.
It is quite old. It's a Grade 2 listed Jacobean manor house.
Yeah, I like the look of it. It's got nice symmetry about it, isn't it, with the 2 wings on either side.
It's handsome. Nice big window.
Yeah, it's nice.
Tick, tick so far.
I'm glad to hear it. You'll definitely feel the history of the house when we go inside. I won't take you through the front entrance. As with a lot of these houses in the country, we'll go in through the kitchen.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you.
Built in the early 17th century with extensions to either side added around 100 years later, we're heading to the left-hand wing, which leads straight into the rather rustic kitchen diner.
Come in.
Thank you.
If you want to move to the country, you need a country kitchen.
It is a country kitchen. Very homely.
It's fantastic, isn't it? Quite lofty ceilings as well. I wasn't expecting that, being a Jacobean house. I thought it might have lower ceilings. And the range over there I can see in the
Yeah, it's a real
archway.
feature, isn't it?
And room for a big table.
Yeah, which is fantastic, yeah, for the family.
And you've got a utility room as well, which you could use as a boot room too, so another place
Right.
where you can clean
Very
up the dogs.
useful.
And there's a really nice conservatory over there where the dogs can chill.
Oh,
They would like that, yeah.
They'll spend a lot of time out there, no doubt, I'm sure.
Yeah, but there's plenty of other rooms to have a look at.
Off the kitchen, there's also a handy cloakroom. Then to the front of this wing is the first of 4 large reception rooms.
So this is the main sitting room.
It's a nice room, nice and bright.
Fireplace is a real feature, isn't it?
And this is where you see the history of the property, because this is the old exterior.
Yeah, I really like that. It's a nice feature of
and they've kept that.
of the building.
It's a good sized room.
Yeah, very nice.
It's not too small, it's not too big, it's just right.
Big size. I can imagine spending some nice evenings in here in front of the fire.
Yeah,
Lovely.
definitely.
No, but this isn't the only reception room.
OK.
There's plenty more. Follow me.
Right.
There's also a formal dining room.
What an amazing room.
It's beautiful.
Fireplace, just incredible. It's got a lot of history to it. You can see that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, like it a lot.
And then next door they've got what they call a music room because there's a piano in there. At the end, they've got a study.
Right.
But you've got a lot of options. Would you use this as a dining room? It's up to you.
Yeah, it's a beautiful room though. Very nice.
Should we head upstairs?
Let's do that.
So bags of character and space on this floor. Stairs lead up to the 4-bedroom accommodation. Over the kitchen sits a large guest bedroom with ensuite facilities. Next to this, the family bathroom with a roll-top bath serves 2 further bedrooms. One is currently used as a twin, and the other has its own wash basin. That leaves the entirety of the other wing for an extremely generous suite for Keith and Karen.
In here is the master suite. So you've got the ensuite over there.
Right.
And then the master bedroom.
It's a big room, isn't it?
It's great. It's dual aspect. Great views out the front there.
We weren't expecting we'd get a big bedroom, as big a bedroom as we got at home, so it's fantastic to have that.
Could you see yourselves living here?
I think so.
Yeah, I definitely think so, yeah. I'm surprised at how nice it is. It's a good start.
It's a good start because now it all comes down to the garden, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The outside space is as important as the inside space, so...
Let's head outside then.
OK.
Thank you.
Well, we've agreed space is not a problem inside the house, and outside, the grounds are pleasantly landscaped with formal lawns, as well as alfresco seating options, and even a substantial outbuilding housing a swimming pool. Whilst there are currently no dedicated paddocks, there are a total of 4 acres to play with.
4 acres is plenty of space, isn't it? So putting up post and rail wouldn't be too much of an issue, I guess.
And it's nice and level.
It is very flat, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to level anything out. You've got the space, as you said, if you section off a little bit as a paddock.
Yeah. But it's nice. It's a nice big area, isn't
beautiful.
it? And very nicely landscaped at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of possibilities.
So, how much does it cost?
Good question.
It's time to guess the price.
You go first.
Well, our budget's £850. I mean, it's a lovely house, so I reckon 795.
I'm thinking more, a bit lower, 750.
It's actually currently on the market for £650,000.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
That's exciting, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I didn't realise, you know, you could get so much for your money in this area.
Well, do you want to have another look around the house and then I will meet you out the front?
OK.
OK, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Should we go and have a look at the pool house?
I'm so pleased they love it because it's a real opportunity when you consider their budget. So, fingers crossed, it's a great start.
This Grade 2 listed Jacobean manor house is an incredible £200,000 below budget and offers lots of period features, no fewer than 4 reception rooms and a large country kitchen. There's a utility room for the dogs and plenty of space for horses.
Not something we were looking for. Big area, though. Massive room, isn't it? Maybe convert it to stables or use it for some other purpose.
I love the house. Pleasantly surprised. The room sizes are very, very good. The ceiling heights are good. Plenty of space.
It's a nice house, and I know Karen likes it. She feels it's got a nice, you know, feel to it. That counts for a lot, doesn't it?
It's a lovely first house, isn't it?
Very nice house.
Beautiful, yeah.
And there's plenty more to come.
Thank you.
Norfolk's low population density and unique habitats make it a haven for wildlife. One of the rarest seals in the world, the grey, lives along the county's stunning coastline. Almost half of the world's grey seals are found in the UK, so caring for them is of global significance. The good news is that this breeding colony saw record numbers of births last season. But with over 1,000 pups born here at Horsey, there are now more seals needing support. So we're sending animal lovers and fans of all things Horsey, Keith and Karen, to a wildlife rescue centre to meet RSPCA supervisor Joe Mead, who's helping orphaned, sick or injured seals from Norfolk and beyond.
How many seals do you have here at the moment, Joe?
We've got roughly about 50 seals at the moment. Some of them are still quite poorly in our isolation unit. Some of them, like these guys out here, are just fattening up ready for release.
So why are they here, Joe?
For a variety of reasons, they can get separated from their mum. Many of them have come in where they're a bit older and they develop lungworm, so we treat them for that. And members of the public kindly phone us and we take them in and rehab them. We do really well with seals. They're very resilient animals. Obviously, not all of them make it. Sometimes when they come to us, they are so sick that they don't make it, but a majority do.
The centre manages to rehabilitate 80% of the seals that come here, with most staying for 3 to 5 months before they're released back into the wild. There are 3 stages prior to release. The first is the isolation unit, where injured seals are treated, before they move on to stage number 2.
OK, so come in. These are our intermediate pools. So this is where the seals come when they're well enough to come out of the isolation unit. So they come here for a bit of exercise, fatten up a bit, and before they go outside. We have a very strict regime on how we deal with them, so it's vital that we move them through the system as quickly as possible, because we've always got new seals coming in, and it's very labour-intensive. They're really hard work.
And what care do they need?
Obviously, the regular feeding, regular weighing, and just keeping a health check on them. Our aim is just to build them up and get them nice and fat for release.
The final stage is the outdoor pool. Here, each seal is fed 3 kilos of mackerel per day.
Right, so if you want to just grab a few each and throw them, if you try and move them around the pool, throw them right at the back, then
Throwing the fish around helps get the seals fit and ready for the wild. Each week, the pool is drained and the seals are weighed. Once the seal achieves its target weight, it's time for it to leave.
Right, that's the last couple now, so that'll be it until dinner time.
Nearly finished.
Well, who's going to get this one then?
And it's time for us to leave the seals to fight over that final fish, as Keith and Karen turn their attention to their Norfolk property search. Our house hunt is taking us to Dersingham, a village close to the coast. Highlights include St Nicholas, one of the great churches of the 14th century, and nature lovers can enjoy Dersingham Bog Reserve. Facilities here include pubs, a bowling green, a variety of stores, and a garden centre. The property we've come to see is on a hill that enjoys far-reaching country and coastal views on the outskirts of the village.
Welcome to the farm cottage.
Beautiful. Looks lovely from the outside.
Yeah, really lovely.
I like the stone and the typical Norfolk roof tiles. It must be deceptive.
It is deceptive. It's a substantial home.
They look really fantastic.
And the outlook's great as well.
Yeah, the views are
And the
to
setting.
die for,
And the
aren't
setting's
they?
fantastic.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I can see some outbuildings as well.
You've already spotted them. What do you think so far, then?
We'll see more.
Looks really attractive, I would say. Is, you know, a very typical Norfolk-looking property from the outside. Very attractive, so looking to see more inside, definitely.
Let's go in.
Yeah.
Built in the 1800s, this property was originally 2 farm cottages, which were joined to create a sizable home that extends considerably behind. Still essentially 2 wings, the majority of the living space is found in the right-hand wing, with the front door leading directly into an open-plan living area of the house, which is currently unoccupied.
Oh, right, OK.
It's unfurnished.
It's unfurnished.
That means you just have to use your imaginations. Maybe it makes it easier to imagine your own things then.
Yeah,
I don't
certainly.
know.
I can do that.
You've got 2 reception rooms here.
Yeah.
Then they've got the dining room there, but again, it just depends. I think these rooms, you can use them for whatever you'd like.
And I like the brick exposed, and clearly a wood burner, which is fantastic for the winter.
So it's got that open plan feel, really.
Yeah, it does.
And then we come into the kitchen.
Nice big space.
It's much bigger than I thought it was going to be, actually.
Yeah.
It looks reasonably well decorated. It looks like it hasn't been empty for very long, doesn't it?
No, and it hasn't been, no.
So far, so good?
It looks nice.
Fantastic.
I like it.
There's a utility room and a downstairs loo there. There's also a home office just through there. So you don't have to worry about space with this house.
I can see that. It's got plenty of space in here.
Now, I did say there were 2 parts to the house. There are also 2 staircases. I'll take you up the main one.
OK.
So lots of versatile space in this period property. The rest of this floor also has a downstairs bathroom and rather a big surprise. But before I reveal that, we're taking one of 2 staircases up to the 6-bedroomed sleeping accommodation, which again is split into 2 sections. To the left is a self-contained annex with 2 bedrooms, but we're heading to the remaining 4 bedrooms in the other wing. Above the downstairs living space is a family bathroom that serves 3 guest bedrooms, a double and 2 smaller rooms, one with built-in storage. And then there's the largest bedroom with ensuite facilities.
There are 4 bedrooms in this part of the house. I will emphasise in this part of the house. This is the master.
Right.
With the ensuite. Pop your head through.
This is a nice sized room as well, isn't it?
For me, this room and the selling point is the view.
Yeah.
I can picture us laying in bed. You bring me a cup of tea up.
Well, that's normal. Yeah. It looks lovely. Really nice, actually.
Yeah, I really like it. I'm a bit worried.
What are you worried about?
I can't afford it.
Glad to know you like it that much.
I do.
And I've not even shown you the other part of the house. Let's go there.
OK. Thank you.
Yes, there's even more to see, as connecting doors to a corridor and stairs lead through to the potentially self-contained top-floor annex.
Blimey, where are we going?
Through the tunnel is the second wing.
Wow, this is amazing, isn't it? Look at this ceiling and everything.
So this is the sort of main living area of the second part of the house.
Right.
That's actually a kitchen, a kitchenette.
Right.
And there are 2 decent-sized bedrooms in this part, also a bathroom, and what you could call a 7th bedroom to the house or a dressing room. I don't think you need a 7th bedroom, so...
No.
Should we call it a 6-bedroom house in total?
Was it separated as a holiday home?
Yeah, they used to have it as a holiday let.
I could have this as my studio. It's a bonus, definitely a bonus. So what's underneath this part of the house then?
Aha. Now I can show you.
OK.
Let's head down the stairs.
Taking the second staircase from the sitting room of this annex, we reach the sneaky surprise I've been keeping from horse lover Karen.
So the main entrance to this part, and then, ta-da!
Stables underneath the accommodation.
Absolutely ideal.
Yeah, it'll keep
I wasn't
people
expecting
above
this at
wall.
all.
And there's a garage through there as well, or storage, or whatever else you needed.
Right.
All the horsey stuff.
Yeah.
This house just keeps on giving, doesn't it?
Shall we see what land comes with the house then?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
So plenty to cater to Keith and Karen and all 4-legged members of their family in this 19th century hilltop cottage. But there's more. A selection of outbuildings includes a garden room as well as a workshop. And it all lies in 1.6 acres of grounds with that all-important paddock featuring distant coastal views to the Wash.
You wanted a paddock? How about a paddock with a view?
Yeah, that's amazing.
They're going to be the most spoilt horses in the country.
Too right, yeah.
So this paddock is 3/4 of an acre. Is that enough for 2 horses?
Not ideally, no.
No. The other paddock areas outside the stables, that belongs to your neighbour, so you might be able to negotiate just renting that off
Right.
them. They don't use it for horses, so it's
Sounds
just
like an
there,
option.
sitting free.
Yeah, that's something we'd like to explore, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You like the house?
I do.
How much will you have to pay for it?
I think you've gone over our budget. I think this would be $880.
I'm not going to go that high because I don't think you'd be that cruel to us. So,
He has faith.
so I'm going to say $830.
OK. You're lucky, Keith is closer.
Is he?
He is. It's on the market for £795,000.
Wow.
Is it?
Wow.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
No, it's fantastic news. It really is. Definitely worth us having a long, hard think about. Definitely.
Yeah.
You're itching to go and see that sea view, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Go, go. I can't stop you.
OK, thank you.
Yeah. Let's go have a look.
£55,000 below budget, this substantial 1800s hilltop cottage has open-plan living spaces, 6 bedrooms and a self-contained annex. There are integral stables and a paddock with coastal views.
So,
Wow, that's a view and a half, isn't it? Fantastic. Lucky horses.
Yeah, the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
It's a very pretty cottage, very traditional looking Norfolk property. As soon as I walked in, I could see that this is a place that we could make our own.
I think it's in a fantastic location. It's on the top of a hill and the outlook is fantastic. You know, all your fields all around you and a view to the sea. It's a beautiful setting, absolutely lovely.
I could see us living here, definitely.
It certainly offers more than this facade suggests, doesn't it?
It does.
Absolutely.
It's very surprising.
Yeah.
And you both look very at home already, may I say.
Yeah, we are.
Not bad for a first day of house hunting, eh?
Yeah.
We're in Norfolk helping Keith and Karen from Hertfordshire find a house with land for their 2 horses and 6 dogs. We've already shown them some amazing property within their budget of £850,000, but there's more to see. And our mystery offering could be the outsider in the field, but will it have a winning finish?
It has potential, yeah, and it doesn't faze me at all.
No, you look very calm about all of this.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Plus, I get into the groove with a very special Norfolk collection.
All you do is put it in the frame, like that.
Right.
And pull the frame down.
It's day 2 of our property search and time to reveal our mystery house. It's somewhere that will test Karen and Keith's willingness to put in some work to create their dream home. So what do you think I have up my sleeve for the mystery house?
I'm hoping you haven't got a nice converted windmill or a converted watermill or a thatched property, because I'm not enthusiastic about those.
I'm hoping that the house and the land are going to be exactly what we've asked for.
What if the land is exactly what you want, but the house isn't?
Then there's things that we can do to alter a house, but generally you can't alter the land.
I guess we'll wait and see. You're going to surprise us, aren't you?
Our mystery offering is located in the small village of Tilney All Saints. Nearby facilities found in the larger village of Terrington St Clement include 2 pubs serving food, takeaways, a well-stocked hardware store and a vet. And just under 3 miles away in Tilney All Saints, we find our mystery house.
That's a very handsome house.
Very imposing, actually. It looks quite grand from the outside. Yeah, it's got a lovely facade to it. The first impressions are fantastic, actually. Yeah. And then you've got the view out across the land, I guess, which I presume is all part of the property. But
It is, and I know how important land is to you both. It comes with 5.5 acres that belongs to the property.
Fantastic.
And a lot of paddock space.
Well, the amount of land sounds just right.
It's
really.
perfect for the 2 horses and being right outside the house, so fantastic, yeah. Yeah, good.
So far, so good, yeah?
Yeah, excellent, yeah.
Now it's time to reveal the mystery. Let's go inside.
OK, thank you.
Karen has a love of Georgian properties, and this one has certainly impressed them with its land and exterior. A front door framed with Doric columns takes us via an elegant entrance hall into the large drawing room of this part-furnished home.
So as you can see, the house really needs a bit of a loving touch.
Certainly does.
That's the mystery. You would need to put your own stamp on it.
Well, we're not afraid of hard work. I mean, we've done it before and we can do it again, so we're up for the challenge.
Yeah, definitely. It's dated, but I can see some original features.
Yeah, I love the floor, actually.
Yes,
the floor's very
very
nice.
good.
And around the edge with the carpet in the middle. That's it's like a dance floor or something, isn't it? Or
and that bay window just is perfect to look out onto the paddocks, and, you know, again, you can keep an eye on the horses.
Yeah, I can just see myself sitting there looking out onto the grass there and to the pond out there.
Yeah, keen to see more.
Yeah.
Should we go through to the kitchen?
Let's do that.
Lead the way.
Thank you.
Keith and Karen seem open to the potential of this project property, and there are 3 further reception spaces on this floor, as well as a downstairs bathroom, boot room and a utility.
Here we are in the kitchen.
Right, yeah.
I think this is one of the first rooms you'd do up, really.
I think you'd have to. But it's a good-sized room. It's a good square room.
Yeah, the window's big, isn't it? Nice.
Yeah, it looks out onto your courtyard.
But yeah, it offers a lot of potential, doesn't it?
It has potential, yeah, and it doesn't faze me at all.
No, you look very calm about all of this.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's go upstairs.
Too snarly.
Upstairs there are 6 bedrooms and they're all served by a family bathroom. A large bedroom lies to the front above the drawing room and has windows to 2 sides. Then behind this is the largest of the 6 bedrooms with built-in storage. All these rooms are reached by a landing with rather grand proportions.
And this, I think, is beautiful in itself, almost another room, this hallway.
It is.
It's huge, this landing.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You don't get this in a normal house, do you?
No.
Enough space for Keith and Karen inside, now to show them where their horses would be staying. Outside, a driveway leads to a courtyard surrounded by a variety of outbuildings.
You've got 2 stables. You could turn the end part into a 3rd stable if you wanted another horse. That's the original tack room.
Okay.
So the current owners use this for their horses. 2 garages and some more outbuildings.
Well, there's plenty of space, isn't there?
Yeah.
Even for Karen's, trailer for a horse as well would be fantastic.
Oh, plenty of room.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. More than we'd need, so...
More than we need, yeah,
happy.
definitely.
Let's head where we started.
OK, thank you.
This house may come with the requisite land and outbuildings, as well as more than enough accommodation, but it is quite a renovation project, so I suspect Keith and Karen's final judgment will all come down to the price.
What about the challenge of the mystery?
Well, it is a challenge.
£25,000.
Right.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised again, you know.
That's...
Good value, I would have thought.
Why don't you have another look around, have a chat, and I'll meet you in the courtyard.
OK, thank you.
OK, thanks very much.
Leaving £155,000 to spare in the budget, this Georgian country home comes with 4 reception rooms, a kitchen breakfast room, and 6 bedrooms. There are 5.5 acres of land with stables and a paddock.
This is an amazing house. I was quite excited about it initially when I first saw it, but we realised that it's quite a large project to take on and we need to think about it.
And there we have our mystery. You've seen all the houses now. You're a cup of tea, man. Should we go and get one and have a chat about what you might do next?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, let's go and do that.
You're buying.
Definitely, yeah.
The small Norfolk village of Thirstford, just a few miles inland from the coast, is now home to a fascinating museum of vintage engines, fairground rides and musical organs. It all started with George Cushing, the son of a farmhand born here in 1904. Young George developed a fascination with the sights of the travelling fairs, and as a teenager he travelled to King's Lynn to get a job as the driver of a steamroller. When the steam engines he drove were being sold off, George decided to preserve them, along with other soon-to-be obsolete machines. His farm in Thirstford soon became a centre for fellow mechanical enthusiasts who flocked to help repair as well as view his latest acquisitions. The collection, featuring 47 steam engines, is now in a museum cared for by his descendants, including grandson Charlie Cushing, who's on hand to tell me more about grandfather George.
Tell me all about the family collection. It's really grown over the years.
When my grandfather, George, was very young, he went to see numerous different fairs, and there are memories he talks about when he'd go to the fair, see all the showman's engines running, all the lights, the music, and you can imagine in those sort of days you rarely left your own village. To see all this wonderful sort of spectacle arrive, it was quite incredible. I think that's where that sort of initial passion was really instilled from quite a young age. When the engines were being sold for scrap back in the 1930s, they were being sold for some of them around about £20. And he went on to buy 3 of his most enjoyable engines that he really did love, and that was Alexander, Unity and Victory.
How many members of the family have that passion for steam engines?
Well, there's 3 of us involved in the business.
And it's about more than steam engines, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah. We've got the mechanical organs as well, which we've got 10 of those. If you just head on into the main museum, then they'll be in there playing for you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Charlie.
Nice to meet you.
Bob Ince, who was a schoolboy apprentice, first came to work on the museum's organ collection in the 1970s and has been a regular ever since. He's showing me an organ which started life in a cinema before it was adapted to play in a fairground ride.
You've got to tell me how it works, because I can see this whirring away.
This is the driving,
OK.
but the actual drive here was usually done by what they call a model, a steam engine.
And you've got a lot of music here.
There's an enormous amount.
Could you play anything in theory that could be adapted for an organ?
You could, yes. For instance, in Holland, when the Beatles were popular, all the street organs had Beatles tunes. There is still a call for them. But, of course, these books here are old, and I think you could say some of them are 70, 80 years old. They've done pretty well.
Yeah, they really have.
When the music goes through the key frame, these little keys here, they're allowed to jump up. They read the music. You can see the music's got slots in it.
So this is the music.
This is some of the music, and all you do is put it in the frame, like that.
Right.
And pull the frame down.
But the museum isn't only home to mechanical organs. Bob also helped to reassemble a mighty Wurlitzer, thought to be the 4th largest in Europe and rescued from a 3,000-seater cinema in Leeds. Organist Robert Wolfe regularly performs on the instrument and has promised me a private demonstration.
So tell me what's so special about the Wurlitzer?
It's just a magnificent-looking instrument, and I think once you hear it as well, it's just a powerful, unique piece of art.
Designed to replace the pit orchestras that once accompanied silent movies, at the peak of production in 1926, the Rudolf Wurlitzer Company was shipping one of these magnificent instruments a day. Their success was down to combining 2,000-year-old pipe organ technology with modern electronics that allowed for adventurous, synthesized effects.
The Wurlitzers were built to replace like a whole orchestra, so you see all the stops on the organ. You have clarinets, saxophones, oboes, you have a string section, basically a whole orchestra.
How do you get into playing an organ like this?
Well, many years ago, my father took me to a cinema locally to an organ concert when I was 12 years old, and the first time I saw this organ rising out of the floor, I was completely hooked.
And a piano just wouldn't have done?
No, it had to be the organ, had to be the organ.
Can we have a little preview?
Of course you can, yeah, definitely.
That would be amazing.
Definitely. Thank you.
Robert first played here when he was 14, and almost 40 years later, it's easy to hear why this organ still has him hooked, enchanting audiences just as it has for generations gone by.
Right, let's see if Keith and Karen like any of our properties enough to make a move. So, Keith and Karen, what are you going to do next? What's
Good
the
question.
move?
For me, you know, the home that I would like to go and investigate more about is the cottage. You know, I really love the location of that place, on top of the hill, with the sea views, etc. Didn't quite have the land for the horses, but you know, it's something that maybe we could investigate about acquiring some more land.
I love the location of it, and it had wonderful views, countryside views and sea views.
So you've almost got the best of Norfolk. It looked like you feel very much at home here.
Yeah.
It feels like the right place for you, certainly.
Yeah,
we feel it is.
I know Karen's been going on at me, nagging me, if that's the right phrase. Is that the right phrase?
Nudging you.
Nudging me in the direction of Norfolk for you know, the last year or so, and I guess now I'm coming around to the idea that it is the right place for us.
I really hope so. Well, we wish you well and keep us informed. We want to know how this all turns out.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
But it's been an absolute pleasure.
No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've enjoyed
Thanks.
it.
Thanks.
It's been a lovely couple of days of house hunting with Keith and Karen, and I'm so pleased that they'd like to explore at least one of our properties a little bit further. I think this process has helped them realise exactly where they're willing to compromise, and fingers crossed they'll be moving to a new home with their horses very soon. See you next time on Escape to the Country.
Keith and Karen made further inquiries about the cottage in Dersingham, but found the adjacent paddock space they needed had just been rented out and was no longer available. We wish them luck with their continued search. If you'd like to escape to the country in Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.